Okay, so like the hardest thing about doing this live thing is the fact this is not my computer, not my setup at all, and I am trying my hardest trying to do it right. And I'm not even sure if anybody can hear me, but I'm not even sure I'm gonna make this public anyway, so I guess it really doesn't matter. Um, I guess what I want to talk about is the fact that me and Chuck keep bumping heads. Like what he does continuously angers me. And I do my best to just kind of like let things slide and just kind of get over it because some of the things are just like really almost not like insignificant, but it's still the idea of like the small things lead up to something big. For instance, today, uh, I'm obviously in the living room and don't mind the couch. That's from having dogs and whatnot. What who else wants them? I'll make it whenever everybody's done eating. Okay. So like obviously I'm babysitting. So he called me down and he started to have, I guess, was jokingly, I'm assuming, was like, "Oh, look out for that guy," to the little one who doesn't remember me at all, because I don't really watch them once or twice. He's like, "Oh, that one's gonna eat you," and he only these little boys and stuff. I'm like, I don't need that. So I offered his brother, who I'm also babysitting, "Hey, do you want something to drink?" And he's like, "Hey, I need to talk to you." Comes and kind of, shoos me into the kitchen. He's like, "All right, I need you to understand something." And it's one of those things like I hate it when he starts like that, kind of because I feel that he's saying that, okay, you seem to be stupid, so I'm going to try to educate you. And I immediately kind of went, "All right, look, I don't want to hear it. All right." I only offered him something to drink, and then eventually after he got done with his 15-minute rant of like why he was pissed because I was interrupting him. He was like, "Well, you can't offer him anything to drink because then if he'll say yes to anything and only nibble on it and then walk away, um, if he's hungry, kind of wait until the actual time for food. If he's thirsty, wait for the actual time of food, which makes sense because sometimes, he's the oldest boy that I'm watching. Sometimes he just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna eat it, and then he really just nibbles things and walks away, or he'll want something to drink, and like he'll like take a small little drink and leave it somewhere and never ever think about it again. And the way to control that obviously is only kind of give him one, either small portions or give him um or wait until he's actually like really thirsty. Um, I guess the difference between whenever he would do it compared to whenever Sue would do it would be that when Sue did it, she kind of, all right, I'm pretty sure you didn't know about this, but the reason we don't give him everything on a whim and we don't really offer him things unless we actually know, okay, this is time to eat, like kind of like on a scheduled basis because he happens to be kind of wasteful, for lack of a better word. And then I'm not saying that she would sugarcoat it, but she would at least like show the idea of, all right, this is the respect I'm giving you. uh you didn't know this, so I'm telling you this because you didn't know it. Where Chuck would make you feel that, okay, you're an idiot, and this is how I need to break this down for you. And lately, I snap at him lately because it's kind of like, hey, stop treating me like that. Not that I'm saying like stop treating me like an idiot, but kind of like, all right, I don't want to play your jokes or your games. Just tell me what you need. Let me get it done. Let me move on with the rest of my day. And he seems to be kind of getting more agitated with that, and we just constantly bump heads about that. Um, I want to believe. I don't know, like maybe he this is just who he is. Like he's a jokester, and Chuck is a pretty intelligent individual. Uh, I'm not sure if anybody else who's listening has ever really experienced anybody who or at least been in the presence of anybody who's extremely intelligent. My brother Simon, he's extremely intelligent, and that's how he tends to treat most people. Um, the only difference between Chuck and Simon is the fact that Simon's my brother, so I'm able to kind of like beat on him to a certain degree. Whereas Chuck, I know that's a lawsuit. I know that's jail time. I know that's gonna be some kind of confrontation, and it's gonna not end in a good way. And I'm trying my best to kind of not burn bridges because bridges have already kind of been burnt with a series of other people in my past that I'm like, maybe if I learn to control my anger, and that's kind of where this all kind of breaks down to the idea that I'm trying to control my anger. I'm trying to control um, what upsets me. I'm trying to control, um, not be as sensitive because I'm seeing a lot of sensitivity and sorry, not sensitivity, oversensitivity in the world. I'm seeing a lot of people kind of go, "Oh, I'm offended by some things," and they and it's not something to be either not something to be offended about, or it wasn't something that was directed at them to be offensive. Like it wasn't somebody calling them names, it was just somebody doing something. For instance, there was a situation in our area where an individual by the name of Benny, a friend of ours actually, um, he was working at a AutoZone and he got fired from said AutoZone because his girlfriend came in and gave him a hug, and a coworker felt that it was inappropriate. Matter of fact, I think it was a sexual harassment or sexual misconduct uh, dismissal from his job. And this was one of those like, really, like is it that bad? Like, if Sue came like, "Oh, mom, what's up?" and I give her a hug, and someone's gonna be like, "Well, I don't feel uncomfortable about that," or the fact that I am African American, she's Caucasian, she comes in and says, "Hey, son, what's up? How you doing?" Someone's gonna be like, "Well, I feel uncomfortable about that. Let me go and report him to that." Like, where does the ridiculous stop? If it's not really necessary meaning to hurt anybody, or even coming off to be an idea of superiority to inferiority, um, why should anybody kind of making a big deal about it? And I'm trying not to make a big deal about it, but it's been something that has been bothering me for a little bit, mainly because a previous situation happened where he called up for something and he paused and made it seem like I seriously thought he was trying to like pull one over on me. I'm like, hey, and I was in the middle of like two different things, and one really required a lot of attention to the other, and just it was just a lot of things going on, and it was just like, all right, what do you need so I can get done what you need so I can get back to doing what I was doing? And he ended up having like a 15-minute like uh gripe fest, I suppose, about like, oh, you can't do that. I'm saying a lot nicer than how he said it. Um, he was very upset, obviously, and it was just we're one of those incidences that I kind of felt like, what's really happening here? What's going on here? And is this really something that like one I should be dealing with? What's two something I should be putting up with? Is this something that he should be putting up with? Who we are personality wise clash on a regular basis, except for the fact that I do stuff. If you need something done, I get it done. Especially one of the reasons I work for Magnum is they be like, okay, well, you don't work well with groups, but if they give you an assignment, boom, you get the assignment done, and that's one of my best qualities, my best I get characteristics, if you will. So I am just trying my best to kind of figure out exactly where where the middle ground is on that. But with that being said, the kids are actually done eating. I need to get back to doing things, babysitting mostly. So I'll see you guys later. I appreciate you guys listening, and try to have a good weekend. And try to not let the heat get to you, because one of my concerns is that the heat's going to get to me. I'll see you guys later. Good night.